A goal is a goal is a goal, right? A rose by any other name would smell just as sweet. You all know that. And now you know part of the reason why populations all around the globe separate out into the haves and the have-nots. Episode 126 was all about is all about the three keys to success: sincerity, congruence, and precision. Well, this episode is about be, do, and have goals. You need to be the person who does the things to have the stuff that you want to have. And you might find it worth hopping back to that episode 126 and give it a watch. It's the episode before this one in the value of the self-help series, so should be pretty easy to find. And I'll ask you, can you see how those three elements, sincerity, congruence, precision, how they line up with be, have, and do goals? I agree, it's a less than perfect match, but they do line up fairly well. So let's have a look at be goals, have goals, do goals. So to be, things that I have on my to be goal list: being happy and relaxed. Hey, let's keep in mind, happiness is having your thoughts be pleasant a good share of the time. Okay? Being happy is a very low bar to reach. You can reach it every single day. Another one on my list is to be consistent in working. And another is to be an openly loving husband and father. But wait a second, Conrad, aren't you single? Yes, I am. I hope and plan to be married again. And my hope and my plan is to do a much better job of it by being an openly loving husband and father. Now, do you see, with all of these, happy and relaxed, being consistent in working, and being an open and loving husband and father, do you see how sincerity fits in there? And contrast what I want to be with what my parents were. If you've watched any of the My Story videos, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know my parents were definitely closed people. They only communicated when it was, when they were pushed so far that they would finally communicate something. And when it came to communicating to the outside world, guaranteed they were never telling the truth. Then there are to have goals, and some that I have that relate back to be. So one is a support team. Well, if I want to be at the point where I have a support team, then I need to be consistent in working to build the business to a point where the support team has something to support, right? Makes sense. Another to have goal is having a wife with children. And ideally, to me, both sets of grandparents. So her parents and the parents of her deceased husband. Which I'm sure you can see ties right back into being an openly loving husband and father. And congruence comes in here. So congruence, I want to be an open and loving husband and father with a big family. Well, okay. I know that in the past, I have failed to be open, to be communicative. And I can list a whole bunch of reasons why that is. But none of those are an excuse. And none of those reasons work to help me be more open and loving. So I need to be the kind of person who is open and loving and caring and communicative. And I'm working on that. So I'm working at being congruent with that. And I've already said if I want to have a support team, I have to be consistent in working So, that's congruency. When those things come together, they work to build even more success. And then there are some to-do goals. For example, building this YouTube channel, writing the Getting Happy series, okay, the book series, producing content that supports all of this, articles and publishing and doing radio interviews, that kind of stuff. This is where precision comes into the mix. You need to know what it is, exactly what it is that you want to do. Now, are you going to know everything in detail today? No. No one knows what needs to be done for everything before they even start doing it. And if you've seen the other episodes where I talk about building vivid detail into the goals you want to achieve, okay, this feeds straight into that. When you first start looking at a goal, this is something I want to achieve, you know what it is you want to achieve, but it's only in the process of working toward that goal that you develop a better and better understanding of, okay, what does it take to achieve that goal? And you will find in the description, okay, under the primary resources, what I've done is added a download link to a goal sheet template that I use. And the reason for doing it, you are welcome to use it. If it's useful to you, please by all means make use of it. But my reason for including it is I want you to see how I arrange things when I'm working toward a goal. And if you click the link, it's like the PEP or POOP reference chart or Jack Canfield's Authoring Affirmations guide. Just click on the link and it should automatically download. See, I'm hesitant because I think what I've done is I've put it into Google Sheets. And so when you click the link, what it will actually do is open Google Sheets so that you can make a copy of it for yourself. Anyway, click the link, see what happens. One way or the other, you will get a copy of my goal sheet template. And the thing to understand is it's completely natural to start out with a vague idea of what do I need to do to get what I want to get. And I just said it a couple of minutes ago. As you take action, and you try some things that don't work, you try some things that do work, and you get a clearer idea. You talk to people about things that you're working on, and you gather more information. That's why the phrasing is add vivid detail. And when you're working on a goal, you can add more detail about what needs to be done. How does it need to be done? This is a pretty quick video, and I'm happy for that. Part of the reason why it's a quick video is the only way you are going to learn how to achieve, be, do, and have goals is by working to achieve them. So get a copy of the goal sheet template, start filling in information about the goals you want to achieve, and then work toward it so that you get the experience of recognizing, oh, when I first filled this in, this was my objective. Now that I'm 2 months into working toward the goal, my objective has maybe expanded a little bit. Maybe there are 2 or 3 things that I can achieve with this goal. Maybe it has changed a little bit. Okay? You're going to write down some tasks that you need to complete to achieve the goal. And you may discover that when you finish one task, it opens up other tasks to do. Sort of like when you ask a question, you get an answer, and the answer stimulates more questions. Well, working toward a goal, you do what you think needs to be done. And then as you do it, you realize, oh, there are other things to be done. There are additional things to be done. It is really simple. It's not always easy. Sometimes achieving goals takes a lot of effort. But, yeah, that's the joy of achieving goals. That seems like such a silly thing to say, but, you know, it is. Oh well. I'm done now. Have yourself a great day. Good luck with achieving your goals. If you have questions, please, by all means, put them in the comments below. I'm happy to answer.